How is good everyone? Today I'm here with my DVD review of the latest WWE home video release, of course, only on DVD. No Blu-ray for this release, but you know what, it's not really that big of a deal considering that none of this footage, besides the interview portions, were shot in HD, so it's not really that big of a deal if you ask me. But of course, this video will be about Kurt Angle, the Essential Collection 3-disc set that came out about 2 weeks ago now. And yeah, I'm here for my review. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Of course, with the front cover, you have a very nice picture here of Kurt Angle with the American flag, him in his attire, and of course the Olympic gold medal right there, which you can see it says GM on it. No, not sure why they had to add the GM on there, but you know, it is what it is. Really nice cover. It's a nice glossy feel to it. It's a pop-up cover too, so you actually feel Kurt Angle on here, the flag, and even the lettering up here as well. So it's a very nice, really like the gold lettering on here too. With the gold logo, it looks really, really nice right there if you ask me. So yeah, great cover right there. Really like the artwork on it. Of course, here's a side right here, you know, on the opposite side. And of course, here's the spine. Kurt Angle, the Essential Collection. Of course, another picture of Kurt Angle right there, 3-disc set. And of course, here's a back. More great artwork. Of course, him with the flag once again. Him right there is Olympic gold medal. Him and Shawn Michaels in a ankle lock, and him and Randy Orton, which is kind of odd because there's not even an Orton match on here. But what can you do? Of course, as always, here's a little description right there for you guys. WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle has had some of the most epic matchups in WWE history. Now, for the first time ever, you can watch his greatest moments with Kurt Angle, the Essential Collection. Relive some of the gold medal winners' greatest rivalries with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Edge, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and more. But using intensity, integrity, and intelligence, the 3 I's, Kurt Angle solidified himself as one of the greatest superstars of all time. It's true. It's true. It's damn true. I didn't say that, but you know, you have to add that when you say it. But yeah, I really like the gold on here. You can really look. You can see me in my phone. Hey, what's up, guys? But yeah, TV 14 too. Approximate running time 8.5 hours, which is pretty accurate because most of the time they over exaggerate the time on here. But each disc is actually almost 3 hours, so it's actually maybe a little over 8.5 hours. But you open it up. Some nice artwork right here. Of course, a nice picture of posed Kurt Angle, and then of course him with a nice pose right there at the background. Also glossy look to it as well, so I really like that. You open it up. Here's the inside, of course, disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. Here's the complete match listing. Of course, there's disc 1. If you guys want to go ahead and pause it and read it, you guys can. There's disc 2. And of course, there is disc 3. And of course, behind each disc, you have some pictures. I'll show you behind disc 1, if I can push it out without breaking it. You got a nice early picture of Kurt Angle. Oh, what's up, guys? You have a nice early picture of Kurt Angle right there. Go to disc 2. You have a nice picture of him and Edge. Get rid of that glare right there in the ankle lock. And of course, behind disc 3, you have another picture of Kurt Angle right there. So that's all the artwork on this set. Let me put these back in the disc holders. Come on. Alrighty, and yeah, that is the Essential Kurt Angle collection. And my overall thoughts on the set was, it was fucking amazing. Match quality wise, this could arguably be the best WWE compilation set of all time. You have so many classic matches on here, countless great matches actually. Almost everything's on here is great, and it's really enjoyable, and it almost really is Kurt Angle's best stuff. It's absolutely amazing, and you know, it kind of sucks it took WWE this long to put out a set of his, but it was well worth the wait. And you know, even the interviews in between were really good, even though I feel like at times it was kind of being repetitive, because I feel like at one point he was calling almost everyone who's in the ring with the greatest of all time, so it kind of got repetitive. And you know, there was some stuff on here you probably heard before, like, you know, of course, opening the set is him talking about how he got in WWE, talked about how, you know, he got offered a contract after he won the Olympic gold medal. He told, you know, Vince McMahon that if he signs, he can never lose. Pretty much stuff you've heard before, especially in the WWE 24 special Homecoming for him. You definitely rehashed some of the stuff on here. Not from the documentary, but just repeated some of the stuff that you've heard 1,000 times. So the interview stuff is good, though. You know, each portion is not very long. I want to say it's about a minute, but some of the chapters are about 2 to 3.5 minutes, I want to say. So it's not like they're just very, very brief. Some of them are, but not most of them. But yeah, some of Kurt Angle's best stuff, some stuff you haven't seen in a while. Some of the stuff on here I was kind of surprised by how good it was. You know, some of the stuff I've seen before, but I didn't remember how good it was until I rewatched it. So this was great. You know, some of Kurt Angle's best stuff's not even on here, to be perfectly honest, which is unfortunate. But you know, that saves for another set to be released in the future, because there's definitely a lot of matches that I feel like could have easily been on the set that didn't make it. I feel like his match with Undertaker at No Way Out 2006 could easily been on the set. I think the reason why it wasn't on the set was because it was on the Best of 2000 set. So I think that's the only reason why I wasn't on the set here. So it's probably going to be in the next release whenever that comes out. I'm not expecting that anytime soon, but I feel like on the second Kurt Angle DVD, which will have probably a documentary with his Hall of Fame induction as well, sometime in the future, maybe like a year or two, they'll probably release another one of his with hopefully a newer match that I think he'll have another match in WWE, so hopefully that'll be on there as well if he does have another match. But I feel like there's definitely room for more matches on the next set. You know, him and Eddie Guerrero from WrestleMania 20, which I don't think it's ever been released on any DVD set that I can remember. It's always this match with him and Eddie at SummerSlam, which is on here. But the WrestleMania 20 match is better than their SummerSlam match, if you ask me. But yeah, there's definitely room for a sequel. Obviously, his best matches, in my opinion, he had in WWE can't be on these sets because they're with Chris Benoit. You know, like his Royal Rumble 2003 match, arguably one of his best matches of all time. Even his 2001 series with Chris Benoit after WrestleMania 17. So I was in the No Mercy tag when they him and Benoit, sorry, won the tag team titles in the tournament. So there's a lot of stuff that can't be put on here, unfortunately, because of Benoit, but there's definitely still room for other great matches. So, but yeah, this set overall was tremendous. Easy sit through. Like I said, each stitch is almost about 3 hours, roughly around there. It's about 2 hours and like 50 minutes, a little over that. So yeah, this is just a tremendous set. If you want to sit back and enjoy some classic matches, it's definitely the set to watch. So disc 1 was a really good way to start the set off. Of course, on disc 1 you had more of the goofy Kurt stuff. Of course, at his debut match against Shawn Stasiak at Survivor Series 1999. Which was actually a good showcase match. I actually liked that one. Of course, that was the epic where the crowd just didn't give a shit, and Kurt Angle got in the mic and said, "You can't boo an Olympic gold medalist," which got even more boos for him. So, of course, that had his debut match on there. Of course, have him and Venis for the European Championship from SmackDown. Kurt Angle's first championship title win in WWE. So obviously that had to be on there. Him and Chris Jericho from No Way Out 2000 was a really good match. Him and Jericho just had great chemistry, and that definitely showcased here. And he put over Chris Jericho huge, too, on the set, saying that, you know, in that match he knew that, you know, this was... He claimed that was a match that launched in the main event, but he didn't go to the main event until, like, in late summer, so I don't know why he said that. But I guess that's what made them view him as a main event star, this match with Chris Jericho, but I don't know. But him and Jericho, No Way Out, that's where he won the Intercontinental title, became the Eurocontinental champion. So, of course, they had that on there. The King of the Ring Finals with Rikishi was a whatever match. The finish was awesome, though, with the angle slam with the top rope on Rikishi. That was a great finish. But Kurt Angle wins the King of the Ring. Triple threat match from Raw, number one contenders match. Him and Triple H versus Chris Jericho. You know, this match sounds awesome on paper, but it really wasn't. It was just Jericho and Angle having like a, you know, one up ship where they kept, you know, seeing get the upper hand and who looked better. But of course, the match came with a double pin. So both men win and kind of started controversy. So, you know, that was what it was. Top of the Angle's Triple H. So, you know. From there, I'm going to go to the No Mercy match with The Rock, no disqualification, which was a great match there. Triple H came out at one point, pedigreed Kurt Angle, because, of course, Stephanie got taken out, and, you know, that was part of the whole storyline. But him and The Rock always had great chemistry. I think their match at No Way Out 01 was better. But, of course, this is Kurt Angle's first WWE title win, so he definitely had to add it. And his match with The Rock was awesome. Like I said, they had great chemistry and definitely showcased in that match. So that was an awesome no disqualification match. A lot of great near falls as well, where you legitimately thought at any point the match could have ended. So that was a great, definitely a great match. Him and Undertaker from Survivor Series, his first title defense. You know, the ending was really... the match is known for the ending. I didn't like the way this match was portrayed as. It was portrayed as the fact that Kurt Angle couldn't defeat The Undertaker, and Undertaker was really just toying with Kurt Angle. I mean, I think he had Kurt Angle beat like a minute into the match, but of course, you know, Taker was just toying with him. He'd pin him and then pull Kurt Angle up, so I didn't like that was the look they tried to give Kurt for his first title match, or first title defense. But in hindsight, Kurt, you know, even said in the interview that there's no way that you can convince that Kurt Angle can beat The Undertaker right away. So they did the clever ending, which, you know, has been done several times since, but done here is perfectly, because it was not done before at this point, where Kurt Angle rolls out of the ring, Undertaker pulls out Kurt, tombstones him for the 1, 2, 3, or gives him the last ride. I forgot what finish he did. But the referee stops counting because they did a switcheroo. Kurt Angle's brother Eric actually switched for Kurt, and went in the ring, and then Kurt ran in the ring after Undertaker was yelling at the referee, not counting 3. Rolls Taker up for the 1, 2, 3 finish. So Kurt retains Awesome finish. It was the first time it was ever done. I know it's happened quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but it's happened often since it's happened. But it was believable. You legitimately thought it was Kurt Angle that was getting pinned, but once the referee stopped, you were confused as well. It just worked to perfection. So that was a great finish for that match. And then, of course, you have his Royal Rumble match with Triple H, which, you know, him and Triple H had good matches, but just never fully delivered. I have to watch the No Way Out 02 match again to really get a vibe with them, but this match just wasn't clicking, and I blame a lot of it on the bullshit booking. You know, you had Trish involved with Vince and Steph. You know, Steph and Trish is going at it, and just a lot of bullshit going on in this match that really fucked it over, if you ask me. So all the booking really ruined the match, but it's really good, but just did not go to its full potential. And then, of course, you ended off with the best match in the disc, being him and Shane in Street Fight from King of the Ring 01. Fantastic match, one of Kurt's best matches in WWE. Just an amazing street fight. Words can't be put over enough for that match. So that's just a tremendous match right there. So that's disc 1. Like I said, it's fun, but definitely disc 2 and disc 3 is where his best stuff really kick in. Disc 2 starts with his match with Austin from Unforgiven 2001. Great match. Kurt Angle wins his title in the hometown, Pittsburgh. Wasn't as good as their SummerSlam 01 match, which I kind of wish it would have been on the set as well, but I know why it's not. One, the ends of DQ, and 2, you know, Unforgiven 01 is where Kurt wins the title and in his hometown. So that was definitely a tremendous moment for a great match. Then you have his match at SummerSlam 02 against Rey Mysterio, which is one of the best openers of all time. That was just tremendous stuff right there. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. I'm sorry. It was Backlash 02 with Edge. I'm sorry, I really just skipped ahead to the side instead of going down. Yeah, his match with Edge is great. This is where Angle really started kicking up his gear in terms of in-ring wise. Him and Edge just had a really good, fast-paced, different style Kurt Angle match, because you really didn't get this kind of Kurt Angle match until this time, where it was really fast-paced and really got to see the athleticism from Kurt. So him and Edge had a tremendous match right here, leading to their steel cage match from SmackDown. It's funny too, because on the chapters when Kurt's talking about his feud with Edge, he actually mentions that they ribbed Edge and told him that he was losing the match and getting his head shaved, and Edge was freaking out all day about it. So that was a pretty funny rib on Edge. But of course, Angle lost, got his head shaved because he was losing his hair, and then wrestled in the steel cage with that goofy headgear, which was hilarious with that wig. Tremendous steel cage match. Of course, the finish. Angle actually initially won the match, but the referee was knocked out. Hogan came out and threw Angle back in the match, or back in the cage, and then Edge speared him off the top rope for the victory. So a tremendous steel cage match. Edge was bleeding all over the place. Absolutely insane. And then you have his King of the Ring 02 match with Hulk Hogan. It was a whatever match. It's Hulk Hogan, so you can't really expect much. Angle taps out Hulk Hogan, so that was a big thing, and that's definitely probably why it's on the set. Him and John Cena from John Cena's debut, which is actually an awesome opening debut match. I've seen this debut several times, but I haven't seen it in a while. And watching it back, John Cena looked absolutely awesome, and him and Angle had a pretty damn good match for John Cena's first match on SmackDown. So that was great. And then we go to Vengeance 2002, which was the best match on this disc, if you ask me. The triple threat match for the championship. Kurt Angle, Undertaker, and The Rock. This is just an amazing match. This is very underrated. This is one of the best triple threats of all time, if you ask me. Just even Angle said the best. Psychology in this match was different. It was different, but it worked. Because most cases, when the different works, doesn't really work out that well. But it definitely worked tremendously in this match right here. You had everyone doing each other's moves. The Rock chokeslam Undertaker. Kurt Angle gave The Rock a rock bottom. Undertaker gave Kurt Angle an Angle slam. It was just a lot of great back and forth action from all three competitors. I believe someone pointed out that a chair shot was edited out of the match. I honestly didn't notice, but if it was, I probably have to watch the match, like a live version of it, to compare to this one, because honestly didn't really notice it. But a chair shot might have been edited out of this match. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't personally notice it, but it might have happened. But yeah, just a tremendous match here. A lot of great near falls. Again, where it was similar to the match with No Mercy at The Rock. The match honestly felt like it could end at any time, and it was just an amazing match. So. Definitely the best match in this too, if you ask me. Then we go to the SummerSlam 02 match with Rey Mysterio, one of the best SummerSlam openers of all time. Just a great, fast-paced, back-and-forth action match with him and Mysterio. Definitely great stuff there. And then you have his SummerSlam 03 match with Brock Lesnar, which was great, but didn't top their WrestleMania 19 match. Out of the three matches, this one, the WrestleMania, and the Iron Man match, this is definitely the weakest. It was very mat-based, and you had a lot of submission holds, so it was kind of slower and didn't really, I get the pace they're going with and the psychology they're going with, but I don't know. I felt with Brock Lesnar's character and just McMahon coming out and trying to help Brock win. I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. It was still a great match, but it doesn't come close to their other two matches, if you ask me. And Kurt Angle submits Brock Lesnar, so that was great. Then disc 3, best disc on the set, tremendous. Almost every match on this disc is absolutely awesome. Him and John Cena from No Mercy, awesome match right here. I forgot how great this match was. John Cena was pretty underrated in mid 2003 to early 2004, if you ask me. I feel like John Cena had a lot of hidden gems, whether it was on pay-per-view or on a SmackDown. I feel like John Cena had a lot of great stuff that doesn't really go recognized. I know people love his gimmick, of course the word life rapper gimmick, but I don't think a lot of people recognize how good his in-ring work was as well. Him and Angle just had a really good back and forth match. A lot of great near falls as well. Cena submitted as well, which is a rare sight to see. So that was just great stuff with him and Cena right there. Him in SummerSlam with Eddie Guerrero, like I said, the WrestleMania match was better. This was good. It was kind of like same pace as the Brock Lesnar match. It was a different psychology. It's very mat based, and Kurt Angle was really driven on going to the ankle lock and using the advantage of taking Eddie's boot off, because of course at WrestleMania 20, Eddie slipped his foot out of his boot to get the win, and Angle here was making sure it didn't happen. So he actually took Eddie's boot off and worked on the ankle himself. So it was a great story. But the match quality-wise just doesn't live up to the WrestleMania 20 match, if you ask me. But, like I said, it's different psychology, different story. Well, similar story, but it was just Angle used it to his advantage. SmackDown in Iraq, obviously that was there because of, how big of a Kurt Angle supporter is for the troops. But it was a fun match, him and Luther Reigns. Who remembers Luther Reigns? I remember him from the Girl Next Door. That's all I remember him by. But him and Luther Reigns was Mysterio and Guerrero. Fun little tag team match right there. Nothing to it really besides that. And of course, goes to him and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. Arguably Kurt Angle's best match of all time. Just a tremendous match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 31. One of my favorite matches, and that's just an absolute classic. Best match on the entire set by far. And then of course, they have their Iron Man match from Raw Homecoming, which was, it was a great match, but doesn't live up to their match at WrestleMania. And I have to watch their Vengeance 05 match again, because I don't really remember much of that match. But their Iron Man match just doesn't, even Angle said it, that, they can't live up to the first match, but they can at least try. But this definitely didn't live up to that. But it was still a great Iron Man match. The one thing that kind of sucked was the fact that it ended 2-2, and, Kurt Angle refused to continue. So their series ended at 1-1-1. So Kurt Angle got a win, Shawn got a win, and the last match was a draw. So you never really got that decisive winner out of that feud. But you got amazing matches out of it, so you can't really complain. Taboo Tuesday with him, Shawn, and Cena in a triple threat. Another great match right here. Him and Shawn were kind of team working against Cena, and Cena was kind of just, taking the shit from him. Cena took actually a pretty nasty bump on the table where they kind of gave him a suplex onto the table, which looked pretty goddamn nasty when he went stomach first into it, and just the way it went down. So, great triple threat. Him and Shawn had a great exchange. Of course, Cena came in at the end and stole the victory with Shawn hitting a super kick on Angle, and then Cena running in, hitting an FU on Shawn for the win. So, yeah, great stuff from Angle, Shawn, and Cena kind of was just there, but what can you expect from an 05 Cena match? And of course, the last match on the set was Kurt Angle versus RVD, which is actually listed as an ECW Championship match, but it was a non-title match, so I don't know why it's listed as an ECW title match, but whatever. This was definitely a strong way to finish the set. It was a really good match to him and RVD. I believe it was their first, not the first time. They had matches like in 2000, 2001. What am I talking about? But, Kurt Angle in 2006, especially in ECW, you can tell he just wasn't really motivated, and he was kind of just there. Him and ECW just did not fit at all. Like, he even said he understood why Vince put him on the show, because you want that big name value on there. But, like, why would you put a guy who's known for technical wrestling on the show where it's known for people beating the shit out of each other and not really wrestling? So it didn't really make any sense. So Kurt Angle and ECW was a really odd fit. But him and RVD had a really good match. Edge was ringside. Of course, RVD was feuding with Edge at the time. And, yeah, great match end with the disc. Nice finish as well with RVD getting the win with the 5-star frog splash. So that was a great finish to a really good match overall. And just an amazing set overall. Like I said, this is a tremendous set. The first disc, you got a lot of fun stuff. And disc 2 and disc 3 is where the match quality really improves, especially from the 2002 stuff. Because Kurt even admitted, once 2002 rolled around, especially when he got his head shaved, that's where he went from goofy Kurt to, serious, aggressive Kurt, where he just was known for just being an absolute killer and having these amazing matches and being very, very aggressive and whatnot. So, This is highly recommended. You know, the interview clips were really good as well. Like I said, he got some knowledgeable stuff. He was just really putting people over, especially Triple H. On the Triple H chapters, we talked about his match with Triple H at Royal Rumble. He really put Triple H over and really put him over how much of an innovator he is and how great he is at pretty much every aspect, not just wrestling, but the mind for the business and the way he's running NXT. He strongly put Triple H over, which is kind of surprising considering their relationship. But, you know, Kurt Angle at the end of it talked about how in 2016 they contacted Kurt and said, hey, we want to do something with you, but we don't know what we're going to do with you. And Kurt said he didn't hear from them for a year, and then once he heard from him again, that's when they, you know, asked him to be in the Hall of Fame, and of course he accepted. So, yeah, like I said, highly recommend this set. The interview clips are good. They're pretty short, but you get some information out of it. Some of it you already know, but I don't know. It's good to hear from Kurt in that aspect of him just, you know, being genuine and being nice about it. The matches are great. You know, this is a great tribute set to Kurt. You really get to honor and live his career in WWE through this set. Like I said, and some of his best stuff's not even on this set. You know, obviously you have a lot of his great stuff, but there's even better stuff. Obviously, all the Benoit stuff can never be put on a set, so, you know, that's a shame. But like I said, his match with Taker at No Way Out 2006 can be on a set. His match with Eddie from WrestleMania 20 can be on a set. It's just his SummerSlam 01 match with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And, you know, various matches from Raws and SmackDowns as well. There's a lot of great Kurt Angle matches that have yet to be released, and I feel like that's why I said that, you know, the door is left open for another set easily with a documentary. So hopefully the next Angle stuff that comes out, which I'm not expecting anytime soon, but once it does come out, hopefully it's a documentary set. Even if it's an extended version of the 24 special, I don't care. Kurt Angle documentary set. Put some matches and segments as well, because I like to see segments. Kurt Angle's had some amazing segments, so throw those on there. And put his Hall of Fame induction on there. And, you know, if he wrestles another match, put that newest match on there as well. And that could be one of the best, if not to argue the best Blu-ray of all time, without any doubt, in WWE history. So, like I said, tremendous set. Arguably the best match quality compilation of all time. Highly recommended. Tremendous set overall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like below. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching the video.